Number 6, which of these is equivalent to I to the 75th? Well, remember, I itself, the imaginary number, it's simply the square root of -1, so it's just a single I. If we have an I squared, okay, that's gonna be a square root of -1 times another square root of -1, which is gonna give you a -1 answer. Then if you have an I to the third, well, that's gonna be a negative I because it's basically I times I times I. Well, these two give you -1, and this is just its I, so it ends up being -1 times I, so negative I. And then I to the fourth is equal to what? Well, you end up with another I here. You had 4 of them. Those two would have been -1. -1 times -1 is +1. So every 4 of them sort of cancel out. That's why what we do is we always take the power, which in this case we have 75 of these i's. It's I to the 75th. So we have 75 of these. And I'm not going to sit here and write out 75, but I know every 4 is worth the number 1. Every 4, 1. Every 4, 1. So if I divide by 4, it'll tell me how many of these I have, and I'm looking for what's left over. So if I do 75 divided by 4, if it goes perfectly, that means, oh, the answer's 1. But when I do 75 divided by 4, it gives me 18, what's that? And then, 3 left over, which is going to be 0.75, 75 cents. Remember, if you have 1 quarter left over, that means you had a single 1 left over. 50 cents means you had 2 i's left over. 75 cents means you and I had 3 i's left over. And I to the third is what? Negative I. So that's the answer here. B is our answer. Because if we did this, we'd have 18 of these, and then we would have 3 left over. So choice B, it is a negative I. Simply divide by 4, look at what's left over. And remember, if you don't have anything left over, that means it went perfectly. It means it was an I to the fourth, which remember, I to the fourth is worth 1. That's the one we sometimes make a mistake on.